Hello, I'm Zach Yeager with Cascade Campers, and I've been playing with vans for a long time. I think I got my first Volkswagen van when I was 16. Vans are just part of who I am. With this new van, our medium van, we're taking that to the next level, so making it a place that is a comfortable place to live. Gives you another option besides the rental loop that most people just get stuck in forever. The idea is you can buy the van, move into the van, live in the van, build equity, and sell the van or pay the van off, and now you have almost no cost of living. I mean, that's the real goal here, is to give people a way out. Houses are expensive. The cost of living is expensive. Is living in a van for everybody? No. I'm not going to try and talk anybody into it. You'll know if it's the right thing for you. Having it's like, this is a choice I can make. I can move into a van and live comfortably and start building equity and live a much more entertaining life than one stuck in an expensive lease. There's a couple of the vans that I've had for years. This one we're actually doing an electric conversion in. This one I've had since I was 16. This one's got a Porsche 911 motor in it. And this is my son Max's little Datsun 620 that we're doing an electric conversion in. So we play with these things. And then here, this is what this is all about. This is the medium van. Super excited about it. I really am. Like, this is a thing that Max and I have been working on for 14 months now. But that's what it takes to do a really good job with this, to really create something truly amazing. It takes a while. It takes many iterations. It takes time to get it dialed in to the place that it's just really, really good. But part of that is really affordable. We're probably 3,500 hours into this design. Are we ever going to get paid back for that? Who knows? But that's not really the goal here. What this allows us, though, is this allows us to build that is far better than anything else that's out there for the price, like by far. Our conversion is just under $25,000 all in. That's not like starting, that's all in. Good to go, heater, AC, everything, just under 25,000. Let's check this out. This is the 77. I have gone on so many amazing road trips in this thing. It's been a part of my world since I was 19. How's it going?
It's going good, yeah. Every single part of the van, I have 3D modeled. All of our parts are all drawn up in Fusion 360. It is the main reason that we are able to build them quickly. It's very precise each time. And there's nothing's by hand. There's no measuring by eye. It just shows up, done. Some things that are my favorite parts of this is it's the really thinking what is the most innovative way. It's innovating and then making it simple. Everything needs to be very streamlined. There's so many iterations, so it ends up everything just goes together super quick. This is one of the main reasons that we are able to have such a quick turnaround. Currently at like the 2-week-ish period to do a van, every single van that we do, we are getting faster. Our goal is to get it down to being a week or less for a full build out. It's super quick turnaround because everything's already done. One of the greatest things is I've been able to do this all with my dad. Amazing experience doing all of it and being able to work on something that takes so much time and so much like effort. Just being able to work with him on doing that. The fact that I even took on learning Fusion 360 in the first place was for this van. When we were like, we're going to build another van, that's what I did. I've been learning Fusion for a little over a year now. At this point, learned huge amounts from the different, like all the 3D printing and working with like CNC sheet metal that's bent, and then like CNC wood parts. Like there's been so many different directions that I've had to learn. It's been like such a great experience to learn all of those other things as well. And it's being able to use those skills to make any of the things in the van or any things in my life just better. It is the most efficient way for us to make all these pieces that are entirely custom. Like realize how useful of a tool 3D printing is. Started it with just being able, okay, how are we going to make these AC vents happen? And then it just expanded into so many other things. 3D printing is now like, that's how our drawers work. Yeah, 3D printing was a massive jump in the quality of the van. Trying to solve some of these things with other tools just wouldn't have really been possible. I could have gone straight to high school, straight into college, but I ended up staying and learning all of these great skills, I feel are more important than a college degree. A degree it's a piece of paper. These are like real skills that I can put towards whatever I want to put them towards. Right now, it's the advance. It's all we're doing. I'm so excited to use all these skills in the future for whatever I want to do. Yeah, I've had a place in the Cascade Campers business for a long time. I started sanding panels for our original van back when I was 14 or 15. And then as I started moving up, I wired probably at least 100 cabinets throughout our old vans. Like, I was a part of nearly every single one of those vans. Yeah, like I was 12 years old when I drew the original logo for this. I don't know. I've been a part of this since the start.
So you want to check out this van? Let's check out this van. This is the medium van. So one of the things you can note here is all these little circles on the wall over there. This is the little van that we built. We built 419 of those. So this is our new design. We've been working on this for 13 months. And we're going to build a bunch of these. Pretty excited about it. So the big thing with this is it's a comfortable place to live that fits in a regular parking space. Here we go. This is the first. You can see there's a nice comfortable couch. If it's home, it's got to be a comfortable place to be. It is also a single bed. So if you are just one person, and this is designed for one person to live in full time, that you can just sleep on the couch. And you don't have to fold anything out. You don't have to do anything, but you can be very comfortable. Just, you don't want to not have the ability to have a friend over. So for that, you can fold the bed out. So you pull this little knob here and you pull this strap here and this whole thing slides out. Grab this cushion, slide it in, and now, and then to fold it back, you grab this cushion, you set it on top here, you grab this strap here, give it a pull, and the whole thing slides back in. And pop that back in. These here are the bed legs. So it's the combination of that bracket with the roller in the front and then these two bed legs that help support the bed when the bed is slid out. These two screws here, these are very specifically spaced to fit a lagoon table. And they have T-nuts in the back too. So you just take those screws out. Under the couch, we've got all these crates. So there are 5 of these. It's quite a lot of storage. And they've got a little strip. It's a little strip of walnut that holds them in so they don't come out. You just have to pull them up just a little bit and they come right out. Open this door here and open this door here. So it is a low roof. I am 5'9". I cannot stand all the way up in here if I tip my head like this. But the reality is you just don't actually need to be stand up all that much. Most things you can do seated, but you can stand up enough to be able to get around. So you don't have to slide around on your butt as you do in some vans that are smaller. This is the fridge toilet cabinet. So fridge opens up. It's got a freezer here. It's designed so that you can easily open it from inside the van or outside the van. So if you're outside the van and you need to get a beer or you need to load your groceries in, very easy to do from outside the van, or same thing from the inside of the van. Here's the toilet. So this is a composting toilet. This little twist lock, one of the many things that we 3D print. And the toilet slides out. This is on a set of slide blocks because it's got to hold your weight because we're heavy. And if you had drawer slide, standard locking drawer slides, it would be difficult to futz with. So instead, you just do the little twist lock and pull this. And then sit down, do your business just like that. Actually, one of the things that I really love is if you're parked somewhere with a beautiful view, it's a great place to, you're overlooking some beautiful thing and you need a poo with a view. Beautiful thing. So this is the Ogo composting toilet. Love this thing. This thing really is part of what makes this van possible in terms of something that you could easily live in full time. So this is a composting toilet that stirs. So there are non-stirring composting toilets that require emptying a lot more often. The stirring style, you don't have to empty near as often. So you can open this thing up and the pee goes in the jug in the front and the poo goes in the back. So this doesn't have it. Normally you'd have coconut coir in there. And this has this little button here and it stirs. So you can see the thing, it actually stirs. That's what makes it possible to be able to use this for a month and have it never smell. You have to empty the pee jug a lot more often than that. But the solids, the number 2 bin, you can go a solid month if it's just one person using it. And that goes for 40 seconds. And then this slides in here. And then you twist that back there and now it's put away. This is the AC. This was designed from the ground up to be able to run an AC off of solar. And part of the way that's possible is a combination of things. One is it's a relatively small space, being a short wheelbase low roof. It's really well insulated, including the insulated curtain up in the front. It's got an inch of foam core insulation under the floor, 2 inches of Thinsulate in the walls and the ceiling. So super well insulated. And then it has a super efficient AC unit. So this uses about 600 watts, but with 900 watts of solar on the roof, when the sun is out, and normally when you need AC, the sun is out, you're charging your battery while you're running the AC. So you can sit inside here, work at the computer workstation, which I'll show you here in a minute, with the AC on, and your battery stays topped up. I'll show you a little bit more under here. So the venting system, so it does function as a heat pump as well. Toilet paper roll, and this is for a soap dispenser. These are things that figured out in traveling around in my prototype van, that these are things you need to have close by and you want them to just stay put. Got a sink. This is the magic of this AC system, is these vents. So the white one on the white part of the van, the black one on the black part of the van, kind of just helps it disappear. But these vents are designed, they're about this deep and multiple things going on to make it so that water, you can even shoot water at that and it doesn't get to the inside. So by using this style AC, you have to have air going in and then back out. And so this is done in such a way that water doesn't get in. So this can be in here and function. So this is huge amounts of time. This is all stuff that we've designed and 3D printed ourselves. We'll go for a little walk around the van. You can see the AC vents there. You can see the solar panels up on top. And then around over here, you can see the shore power plug. It's a 110 volt and it's white intentionally to help make it hide. And then our low profile toilet vent that we made for the composting toilet. All of these things, every single one of these pieces, these all get CNC cut out, all the holes pre-drilled, this is all stuff that we've designed. Even these little plastic pieces that hold the stretchy cords here, which I keep thinking it'd be fun. You could, use like the tuning app for a guitar tuner, and you could if you tuned it, you could play get a little bit of a bass tone. But anyway, we actually 3D print these. These are all things that we get laser cut for us. So many things that are our design. Let's talk about the water system here. We've got a sink, you've got your soap dispenser, got water, and then the sink drains down here into this gray water jug. So, and the gray water jug is translucent, so you can tell if it's getting full. And so you can make sure not to overfill it. 2 5-gallon jugs. And very specifically, it's done as 2 5-gallon jugs instead of a bigger tank because these are very easy to fill. Trying to find some place you can fill up water like a big tank is not an easy thing. If you're staying in an RV park, sure, but I don't stay in RV parks. So these you can take out, and any of the water filling stations they have in front of grocery stores that hold those 5-gallon office water cooler style water jugs, these fit in just fine. So you open this up and you tip this off to the side and you stick that in the thing and you put your $2 in and $3, $2.50, whatever it is. And now you have 5 gallons of water and available easy all over the place. Definitely paid attention to that in terms of like, how is somebody going to be able to easily be able to live out of this full time? It's like, what are the things that you have to do? And filling water is one of them. And then you can switch. So this here, you can switch which tank. So once one is empty, you can switch it over to the other one. This is a little knob right here that turns on these 2 lights above here. There's another little knob around back that turn on the 2 lights at the back. So the idea is before you even got in the van, while your feet are still on the ground, you can reach a light switch to be able to turn the light on because it's really hard to climb into a van when it's dark. Also here, a great little spot to put stuff. There's USB ports here, a fast charging USB-C and a regular one, and then a 12-volt port. Great place to put your phone at night and your keys. It's nice to have places where things just go. It's part of what makes it feel homey. This is your garbage. And what you do, and this is a clip that we print. So you put your garbage bag in here, you fold the front edge over this, you slide the clip down on top of it. That allows you to use that grocery bag as your garbage can. Show you the office. That's one of the things if you're going to live in something. A lot of people work from home or have the ability to work from home part of the time or full time. And in a van, working from home full time is pretty special. This is designed with an office. So you slide this guy out, pull this little thing here, and then you pull this out. Now you've got yourself really quite a nice little office. This is actually adjustable to give you a little bit more ergonomics for your keyboard. And the one thing you do need is you need to have a pillow to be behind be behind you. The sleeping bag that I've decided that I really like is what I end up using is once it's rolled up, it sits just right there perfectly, and I can be very comfortable here working. And this clip here is another clip just like the garbage clip that we include, and it's a great way to hold the wires for things. So when I'm using it, I actually have a mini PC, but a Mac Mini would work right here too. You could use a laptop as well, but I think that's one of the things. If you're actually sitting in an office, you don't want to be working on a little tiny laptop keyboard and using a little tiny laptop monitor. You want to use a nice big monitor and a real keyboard. And that's kind of the point here is this is the real office, or as real as it can be inside of a van. And then this slides back. But one of the things that I think is kind of cool to show you here is so this is this arm that swings out. So we buy this, and then this bracket here is one of the many things that we make out of 1/8-inch stainless. But this way it's got plenty of sturdiness. And then this is actually, it's bolted to the seatbelt bolt hole here. So it's a combination of here and here. And so, because you've got a lot of weight out here, but look at that. That doesn't move at all. Like back here. I mean, yes, this has a little bit of motion, but this here, that's super solid. And going down the road, it's important for that to be super solid. Then we got drawers. So these drawers here, these are all using our own drawer slides that we actually 3D print. It took a long time to finally get them dialed in just right, but they work perfectly. So you just close that drawer, that's latched. So to open it, you pull up just a little bit, and then it comes out, and then it stops, and then it goes in. Just so clean, smooth, easy. Took a while to get there, but we've got it. So the way all of those work. So got a lot of drawers, and then the full depth of the cabinet as well. And then you've got these 2 tall cubbies down here for tall things. Here's the little power system over here too. So more USB ports, another 12-volt port. This is the light for the back that you can reach from the back. This is the switch to turn on your water pump, and the water's not turned on, but that just turns the water pump on. And then this is your switch for your fan. So there's a Le Mans fan right there. We flip it up, air goes out. You flip it down, air comes in. And then this is a speed control for it. Then we've got induction cooktop. Thing works great. There's plenty of power, so no problem at all. You can easily cook whatever you need to cook. And you've got more outlets back here too. There is an outlet right here to be able to have another appliance. So in my prototype van, I actually have this little toaster oven air fryer that we actually made a bracket for to hold it in place. We're probably going to end up making a couple different brackets for a couple different things. You need a bracket so it stays put, so you don't have to put it away every time. This little cubby in the back here, this is a 1/2 inch thick or 12 millimeter Baltic birch plywood. So that will hold a screw really well. It can be mounted to here. And that's been the intention with this the whole time, is make some of the things you need to get to all the time. Plates, bowls, cups, pans, spices, different things like that, be able to be mounted on this wall. More lighting. So this is for this LED strip here is this controller. And so here you can change the color temperature of the white. So if you want like daylight or you want really yellowy light or somewhere in the middle, you can adjust that. Or you can have, red or blue or green. I mean, all the fun stuff, and get it to go to music and all kinds of things like that. But this is just dimmable as well. And then these are cubbies, or more little like cubbies with stretchy cords. The idea here is this is home, and there's those things that you want to see that just make you smile, but you also need to store them as well because it's home. You have trinkets and stuff that you want to be part of your daily existence. And then there's also additional space over here to hang a couple pictures. Also, if you notice, if you see this wood grain on here, we actually laser etched that wood grain in the walls and in the ceiling because it just makes it feel a lot homier in here. The birch by itself is really bland and a bit sterile. It's a van that's not very big. It fits in a parking space. So you want it to feel as homey as possible. And it feels very homey. Here we've got, this is your control for your heater, S-bar gasoline heater. This is your battery meter. So you can see we're at 84.7% on our battery. This is your control for the inverter, which really is just turning it on and off. And then we give you a fan over here too. Got 2 speeds and it moves all around. So you can just have some air flowing around. Spend a moment talking about this amazing curtain. This is a conditioned space. So if you're going to keep it hot or you're going to keep it cold, depending on whether you're running the heat or you're running the AC, the front area with those windows is really hard to insulate. You can stick stuff in the windows, but also then everybody knows that you're staying in your van too. So this is a very well insulated curtain. It's pretty impressive if you stick. So this is all held together with magnets. I've been in here, with the AC in the back, and you stick your hand in there, it's like 20 degrees warmer or more. Same thing. If it's cold outside and it's warm in here, it'll be like in there it's a totally different space. There's this little Velcro at the top, and then it's just all clips in. This here, I just have to spend a moment and talk about because anybody who's built a van before knows how hard it is to trim this space out. And I don't even know how many hours I have into this. Now we can put it together in about half an hour. There's 4 3D printed pieces in the back, and then these 2 3D printed pieces on the front that we ended up having to design and make to fill everything out, and then 3 laser etched CNC cut out pieces that go here that then cover all of it up. It's the combination of all of those things to be able to make it so it's this really nice, clean, tidy thing that assembles very quickly as well. That's our whole thing, is it's all about being able to assemble it quickly. That's how we can make something that is really, really high quality, but is also affordable. So this step here, this is where the rail is and for the bed. And then this is your heater outlet for the S-bar heater, the gasoline heater. Gasoline heater is up under this step back under there, stashed away there's a little more storage back in there as well. As you can see, 2 450 watt solar panels. That's how we get 900 watts. A lot of power, but having all that power is what enables us to be able to do all the things that we're able to do, an induction cooktop and an AC and all of that. That box there, that is, we 3D print that box and then have a commercial lid that we put on top of it. That allows us to be able to have the solar get in, and there's an additional port that is in that box, and you can actually drill more holes in the side of the box. And then if you need to route more wires down, you can do that. Everything here from the brackets that attach to the roof, those are things that we designed and have manufactured for us. There just wasn't anything any good out there. And so we had to design everything. Our whole bed rail system, the way that bed rolls out, that's entirely our design. Everything is. Building a van that's a comfortable place to live in, that fits in a parking space, parts and pieces for something like that just don't exist. So we just had to make them. So our last van, we would make 2 every Tuesday and 2 every Thursday. So we got it down to we were doing it in one day. That's how that one could be so inexpensive. That was less than $10,000 for that conversion. This one's in the 25-ish range. There's a chance I may have to go up with it. The goal is to keep it as affordable as possible. Be able to get this down to 4 days. Right now we've got it down to 2 weeks. Now we can really start building them for people. And then we'll get faster and faster as time goes on. That's how we make it affordable. There's not a single thing with this van that there was no expense spared. Almost entirely stainless steel hardware, marine grade wire for everything. It's all Baltic birch plywood. There's not the way that we're able to make a van that is affordable, that is also no expense spared, is by making it so that we can assemble it quick, installing something versus, you know, there with a tape measure and slowly custom making something that takes forever. So obviously there's no shower inside this van. I'm personally not a big fan of a shower inside of a van, especially if you're going to fit in a parking space. What the gym is for, there's lots of other ways to get a shower. But if you are out someplace where there is the ability to have the hand shower. So this guy here, we actually 3D print this part, and this is the same fittings we've used for years. Spraying water in the shop. I mean, it works really good. And then you just push that button and it pops right out. And then you can hang that back up in there. So I think that the more often use case for this is the dog got really dirty and needs hosed off before they get back in the van. Feet get all sandy at the beach and you want to hose them off. It's a great just vehicle as well. So everything we've talked about so far is from the seats back. It's really a great van. Very easy to drive, very easy to park. I usually just leave the curtain closed here, but you can tie the curtains back on the sides. So one of the things people talk about all the time is a seat swivel, and you can install a seat swivel. I personally don't really like the seat swivel. I have one on my prototype van. It raises the seat by almost 1.5 inches. If your passenger is at all short and not even having to be very short, their feet don't even touch the ground when they're facing forward. You end up having to have a step stool or something just so that the passenger is comfortable. With a big comfy couch like this, the need for a seat swivel ends up being significantly less. I mean, yeah, it's nice to be able to sit and have somebody look at you when you're talking. You can do the same thing with a couple people sitting on the couch. I've had as many as 6 people sit on the couch. If it's cold outside, and one of the things I've actually done that I love to do, have people over for dinner. It's kind of a funny thing that you can do that in a van, but you really can. We did it a couple weeks ago. We were out in Santa Cruz overlooking the ocean. Made a tasty dinner, had a couple friends over. If you close the slider door and just open the back, leave the back doors open and you turn the heater on and you're overlooking the ocean, it's quite nice and warm and like epic waterfront dining for, obviously a little less than what regular waterfront dining would cost. And just a whole lot more fun as far as I'm concerned. But I love hanging in the van. That's why I build vans. The monitor is also a TV. It's a TV, it's a monitor. It's 4K, so it's got really tight pixels, so it works really well as a computer monitor, but also makes a great TV. Don't want to be social in an evening and you want to just hang out and watch some TV, you can just hang out and watch some TV. You got plenty of battery, you got plenty of everything. You can sit in here. It can be cold outside. You can have your heater on. Be really comfortable. I think one of the big things is just how open and spacious it feels. Was intentionally not putting upper cabinets anywhere. Would that extra little bit of storage make up for lack of it being comfortable in here? I don't think so. What I did with this van is what I want. You can guess what other people are going to want. And there's a lot of van builders out there that are building exactly what people ask for. It's going to connect with some people. I assume that many people are not going to like it. So I'm guessing some of you are really going to like it. That's the way it was with the last van. I really had no idea. I had no idea I was going to build hundreds of them. So if any of this sounds interesting to you, follow us. We've got an Instagram as well. We're going to post a lot more videos about how we do the way we assemble this van. It's very different than the way most other vans are done. And I'm pretty excited about showing that off to everybody. Also, check out Cascade Campers. If you think you might want one, we can help get you set up. We build it exactly the way you want it, as long as you want it exactly the way we built it. Talk to you next time.